Alright folks, just a quick video. So, concerning Manchester United and Ten Hag. Well, I think the reality is, it would not be surprising if by the end of the season Ten Hag is gone. Well, because he was in a position of power before he signed his contract, when he was negotiating. Once he signed, the power is completely in the hands of the board now, because they can sack you if things aren't going well. If they don't do their job, if you didn't put something in the contract to say if they don't do their job you can walk, then they can just not do their job and you get the sack. You can't walk. You can, but you won't get your pay off. And again, what I don't get about managers is pride. They don't seem to have any. Well, in the sense of they would stay at a club that they know is failing them, where they've made promises that they will bring in the players that the manager wants, and then they don't. And then things are going wrong, where the manager now has players he doesn't want, that he can't work with, that aren't responding to what he's asking. And he knows eventually he's going to get the sack. But there seems to be a bad area of pride, where they keep going thinking that because they're such a genius, that their plan is going to work, even though the evidence says it will not. Yeah. To me, I think it's a case of, give things a bit of time. And if it's not working, you've either got to change something radically, or it's not going to work. And I think with Ten Hag, I don't think he can do anything, really. Because again, we're coming towards the end of a transfer window. Right now, we're in the same situation as we were pretty much last year. The team has no identity. So, the start of last season, we had two new players, Casemiro and Martinez, who are going to be instrumental in the team doing as well as what they did. Those two, along with Varane and maybe the goalkeeper, were carrying the rest of the team. Here we are 12 months later. Casemiro, Martinez, Varane. Now Martinez isn't quite on form right now, we can see that. But he's still got far greater quality than most of the players around him. And maybe the goalkeeper. Different keeper, but still maybe the goalkeeper. They're going to have to carry the rest of this team. They couldn't do it last season. Varane and Casemiro are getting older and older and older. They're not going to be able to do it this season. So the manager's had his chance to enforce clauses in his contract to say that if the board aren't doing their job, he can walk. If I'd have been the advisor of Ten Hag before he signed, I would have said you need to say to the board your clauses have to be as such. If the board aren't going to act in the same way as Man City are acting, their board, with regards to their manager, Pep Guardiola, if they're not giving you the same as Man City would give Pep, don't sign. Because to bring United up to anywhere near the level of City, you have to act as if you're Man City. Simple. It really is as simple as that, and I don't think his advisors did that. Because again, I would have said to him, right, okay, we need a clause in the contract to say that if you point out that certain players need to be sold, need to be released from the club, so therefore sold if you can sell them, or just let go on a free if you can't. then those players have to be got rid of. Have to be. Because again, they're talking again of loaning out players because they can't sell them. But that means a player will still be a problem to Ten Hag next summer. Right? You're just delaying the problem. By loaning the player out, he's still your player. Yeah, Van der Beek, Henderson. Yeah, they've got deals, but maybe for loaning. And no, you just say to a team, I'm sorry, this is a team who's an international player, who is not a kid. For a 19-year-old, you want to loan them? Cool, you can do that. But this is someone who's not a kid. You want them, you're going to sign them. Simple as that. They're an adult player. They're a more mature player. You don't ask to loan a more mature player. As a club, you have to have that understanding. Because it's like, people, when United had Mata, people trying to loan Mata. No, you want him, you buy him. That's the point. You want him, you buy him. Come on. It's like Maguire. Yeah. And, last night, McTominay on the bench. Didn't get a start. Didn't come on at all. Didn't start. Didn't come on as a sub. United offered 30 million for him. And, they turned it down. And I'd rather keep him just as one part of the bench. And you're paying him, around about £120,000 a week. £120,000 a week. Now, the problem is, as a manager, if you look at the bench as a manager and you see a load of young players, 18-year-olds, because you got rid of all your not good enoughs, all you got left is youth because the club didn't go out and spend money, okay. If the club had to basically let players go on a free, you can't replace them, but you've got your youth. The youth actually want to play. They're hungry. Problem is Maguire, McTominay, Van der Beek, Brandon Williams, they're not hungry. They've got good contracts. They've already hit the top. When you see them on the bench, you know, oh my God, we've got nothing. With the youth, maybe you've got nothing as in quality, but you've got people who will run and run and run and run and run. So, yeah. I would not be surprised if he's gone by the end of the year. Not the year, the season. Yeah. Well, because they may panic buy it and bring some players in. They may. But if what they've been saying is true about the financial fair play, they can't do that anyway, unless they sell players, and they can't do that. Look, if you had it in your contract as a manager that they have to get rid of players, if Murtaugh and the other bloke, I forgot what his name is, and now Howard, is it Howard? Something. If those two had those situations where you got to sell them or let them go on a free, they would be knocking on every blinking door of every football club around the world, trying to get any money at all for these players, right? But because they can just have these players sitting there, and that count says, well, you've got another defender, you've got Maguire, you've got another midfielder, you've got McTominay, and you've also got Van der Beek, and you've also got Williams as an extra left back, right back. You've got another goalkeeper and Henderson. We don't need to go out and get any more players, do we? Now, if the pressure was on them to get rid of those players, yeah, you would see them doing a lot more. They would have to. That's the reality. They would have to do it. Right now, they don't have to do it, and that's why they're not. That's why they didn't take 30 million. That's why they didn't give Maguire, what, 6 million was it? Or 7.5 million to leave? Yeah, they would have done. They would have done. Had the manager been playing a bit more hardball, they would have done. But the fact he didn't means that he's left with, generally speaking, a squad of players that are nowhere near good enough. See, most of the players he's left with are players that were playing under Ollie. Yeah, because, okay, he's brought some players in. But generally speaking, the players that he's brought in, certainly right now, Mount, yeah, I don't see how Mount's going to be of any use. And it's not trying to be disrespectful to Mount. The reality is, he's number 10, and we already had Ericsson, who's number 10. And so bringing Mount in to solve a problem from last season. Last season, the biggest problem was, again, Casemiro was left, alone in protecting the defence because you had Ericsson trying to push forwards, and Ericsson was brought as a number 10, but to play as a number 8, which was stupid. And they've done the same with Mount, so that's stupid. Didn't learn from the mistake last time. At least Ericsson was free. Yeah, but Ericsson wasn't able to solve that problem, to be able to be changed from a number 10 to a number 8. Well, so why do you think Mount is? Well, and, Mount is a player that Ten Hag has liked since he had him at Ajax. And is he going to drop him? See, that's the point. Even if United go and get Amrabat or someone like that, which I don't think they will now, but if they did get him, who are they going to take out the team? You can't take Casemiro out because he's one of the best players. And his quality, his experience. So you can't take him out. You're going to take Bruno out? Or is he going to take his favoured Mount out? Time will tell. But I say, people at the moment are describing Ten Hag doing a terrible job, but they are trying to blame it on the owners still right now. Because they're talking about the fact that the squad don't have an identity. They're talking about the fact that the players come back and they don't fit. They're talking about the fact of playing players out of position. This is all Ten Hag. This is all on the manager. Now, at some point in time, people are going to start to understand that those responsibilities are very much the responsibility of the manager. So this is exactly the same as with Ollie. With Ollie, it was exactly the same. Ollie was picking his favourites. Ollie wasn't dropping his favourites, even when they were playing really poorly. Ollie was playing players out of position. And people were blaming the Glazers for when things weren't working. They were saying we should give Ollie more time because he's having to work with those people above him, like Woodward and the Glazers. We're not helping. Yeah, they're doing the same for Ten Hag now. Well, if they're going to do the same for Ten Hag now, then I think the outcome is going to be very much the same. But right now it's a case of let's see who Ten Hag is as a manager. Let's see if he is this big manager. I mean, I personally, when he first joined, it seemed like he could be, because the way he talked seemed about right. He was very much to the point. He didn't try to hide from the issues at the club. Whereas now, he doesn't seem to be that person anymore. So who he's going to be in this season, well, we'll see. But who he's going to be will determine whether he remains and whether he will still be the manager this time next year. So anyway, there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.